igama lam ndinguThulisile Kolweni. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome, 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 and welcome. And if you are my day one, welcome back, my loves. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this video. I am starting a new vlog within a vlog. So this is the first vlog you guys gonna see before you see the other vlog. This vlog, I myself, Thulisile Kolweni, content creator as a YouTuber. My colleague calls me that. She calls me as a YouTuber because my TikTok is like that. Anywho, I am invited to a YouTube Black event that's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, the 13th of December. That is what is happening tomorrow. Too excited for that. When I saw the email, I think I want to clean my lenses again. When I saw that email, I was so shocked and excited and grateful for the opportunity given. I want to show you guys if I can find my phone in this bag. Guys, I haven't been able to buy that tote bag. I thought I was gonna be able to buy it before I go with Lalini, but it doesn't look like it. But I wanna show you guys the invitation. Oh, are you guys gonna be able to see now? Because it's so bright. But that's the invite, YouTube Black. That's one. So that's where I'm going tomorrow. The invite was so cute, so cute. I want to show you the invitation for this. So excited. Let's see if I'm gonna be able to see the invite, and then I want to show you guys. That's the reservation, but it looks something like that. Ooh, fancy. I know, fancy. That's my invitation for the YouTube Black. So excited. And yeah, so in preparation for that, I am going to take off this hair. I'm gonna rock my natural hair. I'm gonna put a little bit of makeup on. It's so humid though in Johannesburg. It's so hot. I'm gonna try and put a little bit of makeup. I don't really know how to put minimalistic makeup or minimal makeup, but I'm gonna try that for tomorrow and put makeup on. And I'm gonna have my hair in a high puff. I'm excited. And then I'm gonna wear the dress that you guys are gonna see tomorrow when I'm all dressed up and taking pictures. I'm so excited for this event. There is so much that I still want to learn about YouTube, and there is so much that I need to learn in order for my YouTube platform to reach a wider audience, or rather a wider audience, and just grow it. Because I feel like I'm growing, but I'm growing at such a small and slow pace that I feel like, not to blow my own horn, but I feel like my content could be better. But also I feel like my viewing could be also better. So I think there's something that I still need to learn and still need to nail. So because of that, I'm so excited for this paneling that they're gonna have. I don't know who's there and I don't know who's invited, but it's apparently by invite only. So I'm super excited for that. Too grateful for the invite. I cannot wait to show you guys what is gonna be happening tomorrow. I needed to charge this battery just to make sure that I am all set. I need to charge my phone. I need to charge my bank charger just to make sure that I am, you know, equipped enough. I'm not gonna take my tripod with, but I'm definitely taking my Canon camera with me. As you guys know, I am using the Canon M5 Mark II. That's the camera I'm using, so I'm excited to take you guys to the, like, I've always seen people invited to YouTube Black, and I'm like, I wonder how do you get in, you know, as a small content creator who still wants to learn a lot. Because I always see like big YouTubers, like big South African YouTubers there, and I wonder, you know, it would be nice to like mix the big ones and the small ones so that we can learn a lot from, you know, the big ones and as a small creators, and also from, you know, the bigger YouTubers, like the small YouTubers. I'm sure there's something they bigger YouTubers can take away from the small content creator, like the struggles, what do they struggle with, and all those sort of things. So I'm so excited for tomorrow. I am looking forward to this event. Let's not waste too much of the time, because now it's almost 6:20 and I have to do my hair. I need to take this out, wash my hair, do a treatment, and that's probably gonna take me more than 3 hours. So let me rather do that. And yeah, we are going to the YouTube Black, baby. Too excited. I can't wait to see who are the other creators that are going to be there, who are going to be the panels, and the organizer. I can't wait to meet the organizers of the YouTube Black South Africa, or rather Africa in this case. So yeah, too excited, guys. Let us not waste too much of your time, because I feel like I've been talking for 10 minutes. It's 8 minutes. See you tomorrow when I'm all dolled up and cute. This is my hair before washing it, and I just took out my freehand, the freehand that I had, and this is how my hair is looking like after. I just want to say, do not slip on this. Don't slip on this. This is the, I think this is the detangling spray from Naturally Africa. Amazing. Mine fell, so it's leaking, so I put it like this. But do not slip on this if you want your hair to not break too much after you have done a protective hairstyle. Use this. It does wonders. It's magical. Honestly, it does amazing for my hair. So do not slip on this. Let me go wash my hair. I'm also hungry because I have been in a fasting for, I think, I'm not really sure. It's been a while though. I'm fasting and I'm also gymming, so put those two together to get my dream weight. Not starving myself. I do eat between 6 and 9. No, between 6 and 8 o'clock, because after 9, like after 8, I'm already like sleeping. So I do eat from 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock. Small portions, like I'll do my snack, and then I'll do my food, and then I will do my fruits. So that's what I do. I try to do it every day, but I'm not always consistent, but I've been consistent with my fasting. So yeah, I'm looking forward to 2025. There's a lot of things that I'm fasting for, that I'm praying for, so I just wanted to share that, and I'm incorporating that into my lifestyle since I've joined the gym. So it's been amazing so far. I don't even have that, you know, when you start your fasting, you start to shake whenever it's that time where you're supposed to have your lunch. I no longer have that, and I drink a lot of water. I try to drink a lot of water. My bottle is there where I was doing my undoing my hair. But yeah, let me wash this hair. I will definitely see you tomorrow. I am late for the time to eat. It's 4 minutes past 8. I want to make something to eat. I am busy like doing a treatment. I'm gonna leave this for an hour, so let's say from 8 until 9 o'clock. I need to go back to the shower and wash this off and then moisturize my hair. Then I'm gonna sleep. I mean, yeah, wash this off, take a shower myself, and then moisturize my hair and then sleep. At least I'll have about 30 minutes before I sleep after eating, which is a bad idea. I should have started by eating, but I was filming so much content because I have so many videos in between videos, like so many vlogs in between other vlogs. So that's why, anyways, before I talk for 3 minutes, let me go and I'll definitely see you tomorrow. Now I'm not gonna come back here and show you guys my hair. You will see my hair when I am about to leave the house or when I am on my way to the event tomorrow. So good night. I shall see you tomorrow. Also, please watch the ads, and if you are new here, please do subscribe, because if you are new, that means you probably haven't subscribed. Please do subscribe. And if you are more interested in like my personal side of this channel, please consider subscribing to my YouTube membership. And yeah, so let me go. Hey loves, we are on our way to the YouTube Black baby. Like I said, it was so much in a rush in the morning. I couldn't even film and show you guys how I look like, but I will definitely do an OOTD for you guys. So I'm excited and I'm on time. I have 10 minutes to get there. So yeah, well, it says 6 minutes. So where are we going? Oh yeah, Chica. Oh, this car is beautiful. The traffic. Look, now who tell us to control traffic up? Traffic cop. There's one way, and there's traffic. The robots are not working, and abazi kuzo control traffic. Like, I will see you, my loves, when I get to the event, or the venue rather. So
say what you wanna say to me now.
first to listen. Hi. Hi, how are you? I'm well, how are you?
Great, thank you. You receive 2 drinks on that.
Sorry?
2 drinks of your choice and a bottle of water. This. So 2 drinks and a bottle of water.
Alright, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
You and me just know how it feels when we're falling in love. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now.
Thank you. Do you want me to hold anything for you?
Yeah, just pick up behind the...
Fake to me now. I
you? I'm good, how are you? I'm good. No one is. I don't think so.
I appreciate it. Hello, Johannesburg, future insiders. Hello. How's everybody doing? Okay. My name's Adam first, but second of all, I'm from America. I'm from a place in the deep, deep South called Louisiana. I'm from the country. I was raised in a church. So like when I talk to you, you gotta talk back to me, okay? This is gonna be a thing all day. If you do not talk to me, then we will have problems and I will fight you. I'm just playing, I love you all. How are y'all doing? Okay, it's getting a little bit better. Okay, let's keep it going. How's everybody feeling? Good. Are you guys happy to be here? Yes! Okay, how many people love YouTube? Shout out to the people that pay me, all right. I like that, yeah. Like I said, my name is Adam. It is such a privilege and an honor to be here with you all today. You all, I was standing outside. Raise your hand if you saw me when you were walking in. Yeah, I got a lot of y'all on the way in, good. I was wise, as you guys were walking by, I was like, man, these people in this country are really, really fly. Make some noise for yourself. Okay? I was like, man, I don't even know if I can keep up. I'm gonna do my best though. My name is Adam McFarland. I'm the Global Product Activation Manager at YouTube, supporting all things facing Black music and culture. That's a very long way for me to say that I care a lot about Black people. I believe in Black people. I live, I breathe. Johannesburg, I want to start the day with a little bit of purpose. I want to start the day with a little bit of intention setting, and I would like to start today with a highlight and a focus on the most important thing about YouTube. And you know what that is? It is you.
Wow.
Here's the reality of the world that we live in. Black culture guides, directs, and leads global culture. So often in our experience, we over-index in how we contribute to things, and we under-index in how those same things contribute back to us. And so, in 2020, after the murder of George Floyd in America, YouTube and Google made a commitment. They made a decision that we are no longer going to be complicit, and we are going to invest in amplifying and promoting Black voices globally. And we did that in a number of different ways, one of which was the most popular way was that we committed $100 million to amplifying and promoting Black voices. But that $100 million is just one portion of the effect. Because you can throw money at a problem. You can throw people at a problem. You can throw resources at a problem. But if you are not on the ground, in the trenches, standing hand in hand with the people that are living the experience of being Black in this world, then you are not a part of the problem. You are a part of the problem, you are not a part of the solution. And Google and YouTube have made the decision to be a part of the solution, to be the solution for amplifying and promoting Black voices. And so that's how we got here today. By virtue of sitting here in this seat, you are important to me, and you are important to our organization. In the way that you demonstrate purpose, the way that you demonstrate importance to someone, is to show up, is to be there for them, is to help them. And what does help look like? Well, today, you're gonna see. To us, education is key. Okay, make some noise for Johannesburg, please. Awesome, that was cute, that was cute, that was cute. But now, I want you to really make some noise for Innocent and Millicent, the said twins, and they're gonna come.
Both our parents were murdered. So at 4 years old, we were raised by our grandparents, and we basically have gone through the most. Right? So we wanted to change the narrative. I mean, we had walked into rooms with people who had a similar background, and it would always be such a sad and just sobbing story. But we were like, what is it that we can do to change the narrative, to put power in that, to turn our test into a testimony? And yes, we had to work twice as hard as everybody else. It took longer than everybody else. I remember doing my first year at 27 because I had to go and work first, gather some money, and then take myself to school. But basically, that's where we come from. That's our past. You know, so we had to work extra hard so that those young girls in Mamelodi or those young girls somewhere around the world who have a similar background, who didn't even know how to get on television, how to get on YouTube, how to get into the media space, can see that it's possible. So for us, more than anything, we didn't want a sobby story, but we really wanted a testimony out of that, which is how our podcast came about. I've been through the most. Yeah. We had been through the most, and like, let's give a platform to people who have gone through the most, but not just that, but who have managed to build something out of that to inspire the world, to inspire people that it's possible. Yeah.
So to that same point, I think, first of all, make some noise for that. Wait a minute. There's one thing y'all not gonna do is disrespect my friends. Okay? The next, and God, I think this may be my last question, is very YouTube specific, right?
Yes.
So we're all here. We are all globally participants in YouTube, where we are creators or artists or just users of the platform. Talk to us about the opportunities that exist on YouTube. What is it that YouTube allows you to do that no other place in the world can allow you to do?
Sure, and I think that's why we're all here today, right? So I remember when we were first appointed to be part of the YouTube Black community. I think we're class 2022. Yeah, 2023. And
shout
we
out to the YouTube Black community. Wait, before we go, is there anybody else here that was a part of the YouTube Black program? Then we go one here, one back there, one back there. Yeah. And we really doing the work out here. That's what I'm talking about.
And so we received the most amazing call. I'm telling you, I think it was December. And we received a call from our partner manager at the time. Her name was Twala. And at that moment, I literally felt, shout out to Twala! And at that moment, immediately I knew that our lives are going to change. We were on just over 100,000 subscribers. Today, we have tripled that number because we are on over about 350,000 subscribers. Knowledge, it's all the advice that we get from our partner managers, you know, because you think you know everything, but with YouTube, it's just all about knowledge. You just need to know how things work. And so YouTube Black has really empowered us, it has educated us. You know, you're not just looking at your work from a one-sided perspective, but you look at it holistically as a brand, as a strategy, as a growing platform, as a monetization platform. And so YouTube has done exactly that. And I can guarantee you for sure that next year, this time, you are not going to be in the same place because you would have changed something in your skill, in your talent, in your creativity, in your craft, in your money, in your access. You're going to get a different type of notification, you know? But I think, I mean, really, like she said, AdSense, we're earning in dollars, honey. You are global. The rest of the world can just see you from a click of a link. You know what I'm saying? So let's take advantage of this incredible platform and empower ourselves and empower others while we're at it.
I love that. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
My time here has come to a close. I will be here up until the very end of the program. I do have to leave at the end of the program because I have to go back to the States and do more of these programs. The last thing I want to say is that I did not mention that YouTube Black is a global community. There are versions of the twins, of all of you that are participating in Future Insiders. Last week, I was in London doing the same program. The week
creators and for what we do. So now that we've officially started, hashtag, and everything's going to be small letters, right? Hashtag YouTube Future Insiders. When you're in, let me see a thumbs up. Everybody's curious about is the algorithm. And to help us with that discussion, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome, please listen to this title. Senior, strategic, partner, manager, Twala!
manager there. So basically what that means is I work with creators, I work with media companies, and I also work with creative service providers to help them thrive on YouTube. Outside of that, because I think sometimes the title seems so serious, my job is just to know YouTube, I've been tasked today to talk about the YouTube algorithm. I'm going to try and give you as much information as possible. I'm also going to try and not go too fast. We get tons of questions about the algorithm. I know even when RSVPing, because I was going there to read, what are you looking forward to learning? What are you keen to see? So many comments saying, how does the algorithm work? Why does the algorithm not want to support me? And those kind of things. And so the big question is, if you make a video and you put it up, will it do well? And can you tell ahead of time? Or even bigger question, can I tell ahead of time, right? And I work at the platform. And the answer is no. I can help you understand the algorithm, but it's learning every day. And what's important to keep in mind, right, is our search and discovery system. You'll hear me say different things. I'm talking about the same thing. Algorithm, search and discovery system, recommendation system, all the same. I'm just going to be interchanging those words, but it's all talking about the process behind the scenes that recommends videos, right? And so the search and discovery system, its main job is to make sure that the correct video surfaces for the right viewer. And then on top of that, it's there to ensure that the viewer is then satisfied with that video, right? So that they come back to the platform, come back to your channel, and watch more of your content. So those are the two main things that it's trying to do. While doing all of that, right, we take our responsibility very seriously, and this responsibility, how we see it, is that we have a responsibility to you as the creator, we have the responsibility to the audience, we have a responsibility to society, as well as to our advertisers. And so with that in mind, we work through these 4 R's, right? Remove, making sure that any content that doesn't make sense or that's really violent and that kind of stuff is removed from the platform. We also make sure that we try and raise the content that's either authoritative or being enjoyed by different viewers. And then the other one is reduce, as well as reward, right? I'm going to focus on the 2 in the middle here, because those are the main ones that the YouTube discovery system focuses on. So looking at all of these, right, you heard me say we're trying to find the right video for the viewer, right? So the viewer is the one that we're focusing on. Our strategy and how we've worked the recommendation system has changed. And I don't know if you've seen the videos, right, where someone's like, this is how the system works, and then a couple of months later, they're like, system doesn't like me anymore, why are my videos not popping, does YouTube have something against me? This recommendation system continues to be adapted as time goes on, right? So here's a quick timeline. Way back in the day, 2011, we used to focus on clicks as well as views. And you would have seen if you were, I mean, everyone looks very young. If you were on YouTube back in the day, you would have seen that people would have like clickbaity titles or like one of those thumbnails where it's just like, oh my word, you won't believe what's in this box. And it worked, right? People would click, but then we then started to learn that, okay, people are clicking, but how do we tell the difference between someone who clicked on purpose, loved the video, was like 10 out of 10, Twala, love your channel, versus someone who clicks by accident, because I do that. Sometimes you click on a video and you're like, oh no, hey, my bad, my bad, my bad. But that would still count back in the day as like a click. And so we were thinking, okay, how do we make this data more useful, right? Plus, how do we discourage people from making clickbaity titles and clickbaity thumbnails without delivering on the actual content? So as time progressed in 2012, we then started looking at watch time, right? And so now we're thinking, cool, we saw the thumbnail, we've clicked the video, people are watching, how long are they watching for? Are they watching the whole thing? And with that, there was definitely an improvement. But then the next question is, all watch time is not equal. Because you might make a video, and it's 40 minutes, people watch beginning to end, 10 out of 10, love your work, they learned something, they're motivated, they're keen. I also make a video, same amount of time, but I'm being problematic or I'm making fun of someone. And people are watching to really get a full understanding of the story, but not really to say that this is amazing and satisfying content. And so then we've moved on from 2015 right up until today, where we're now trying to look at satisfaction, right? So someone's clicked, they've watched, they've stuck around, right? We've got the watch hours, but are they satisfied? How do they feel about this? So that is like the general summary. Then the big question, of course, is how do we measure satisfaction? Like, what is this recommendation system looking at when trying to gauge, okay, is this viewer keen or not keen? into consideration, because at the end of the day, the aim is to ensure that we are improving the viewer's experience, right? And so when you're thinking about content, when you're thinking what works, what doesn't work, think more about the audience than anything else, because the recommendation system is following them and what they're up to. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible, but I don't want to mislead you at all. So I will also add that our recommendation system is taking in tons of different inputs. Over 80 billion viewer signals are being taken into consideration. From when I started until when I'm done with this presentation, whatever your audience is up to right now, it's learning from that as we go, right? And these are just some of the things that it's looking at, right? It's thinking, what do they watch? What do they not watch? Because when you're on your homepage and you get like 12 different videos, it's also trying to understand, okay, if I recommended this or suggested this, and you skipped it, but you watched the Sent Twins video instead, all these pieces of information are being taken into consideration, not interested feedback, and of course, a whole lot more. So moving on and looking at where the algorithm is helping you, right? So when a viewer joins or gets onto YouTube, you'll see videos surface on home, you'll see it on a screen like this. We didn't want to show any videos, but you'll see it on suggested or underneath up next. Those videos that you see, even as a viewer yourself, are related to what you've been doing on the platform. So either you watch this video, you might also like this other one, or maybe you searched for something, and so it's recommending that. It's also good to keep in mind that different types of content will perform differently. So you can have a channel, like imagine I have a channel, and one of the things I do is I post videos like this where I'm like, let's talk about the algorithm, right? And then I also post my daily vlogs. So you would imagine for those two types of content, how people find them would be different, right? When it comes to the YouTube algorithm, there are lots of people that don't know who I am, don't care about where I drink my coffee, that just want that information. And so for that how to understand YouTube algorithm content, the how-to, you'd see a much bigger amount of audience coming in from search. And there it's not really about me, it's more about like what are people wanting to learn, what are they keen for. Then you'll see for other types of content, like if you make music, you might see that a lot of your traffic sources is coming in from playlists, right? Because if you think about how people listen to music, if you've got a study playlist or a cooking playlist, if you're into that kind of thing. Same with world news, right? So there now we're thinking about really quick, catchy topics. So if you are a lifestyle creator, it's about what event happened this past week, because if people are interested, that's something that it would want to sort of surface. So that's the one part to think about. Then as we go deeper, we're now looking at the personalization, then we'll talk about performance, and we'll also talk about external factors, right? Personalization, this is still within the recommendation system, and here what it's looking at is the viewer, right? What does this viewer watch? It's the same reason that all of us right now, we could take out our phones, open the YouTube app, and even though people have released videos and we're all in the same room, we would each see a very different homepage, right? If I open mine up, I can tell you for free, lots of stuff about cooking. There might be some local stuff, some international stuff, but I've been trying to learn how to improve my cooking, so my homepage will probably recommend that, right? And so that's the personalization aspect. Second part you want to think about with personalization is also around viewers' interests, right? So if you think of even just catchphrases or trends that come and go, those things fluctuate, they go up and down. And this example here is just of a game, Fortnite. I don't know if there are any gamers in the room, but this was of some games, Fortnite, Minecraft, and you can see in the red, you can see the graph in the red, right? Look, it was high. That was when Minecraft on YouTube, most searched. If you were a gaming creator, you made a video about that, views through the roof, right? Life was good. Now imagine that was your whole channel. You make Minecraft videos every day, you live stream, you this, you shorts, you're on it. From a viewer interest perspective, you can see at some stage, after May 2017, we see a spike in Fortnite. A different game becomes popular. As a creator, your format hasn't changed. You're still playing the game. You're still giving us 4K videos. You're still on top of things, but you're making Minecraft videos, right? And so you might be panicking and thinking, oh my word, what's going on? But it's more that the audience's interest has pivoted, right? So those are things that you want to think about, and there's tons of tools as well on YouTube Studio that help you keep up to date with that. Then the next thing that we want to look at here is your appeal, engagement, and satisfaction. All of these things you can see on your back end when it comes to your studio. Underneath your analytics, you can see what's the engagement like, has it gone up, has it gone down. Great as well to think about your engagement too, to keep that community motivated. Lastly, and here's something that you can't control, but you can sort of keep an eye out on, right? Is this thing called seasonality. That's, I mean, think about, it's December, right? And if you know anything about December, December is not just a month, it's a vibe, it's a moment, right? Right? What you're doing in December, is it the exact same thing that you were doing in the second week of April? No. How about in the mid-June? Was it the same thing you were doing in mid-June? Okay, so life basically as a whole changes in December. And so from a seasonality perspective, if your own life is changing, think about your viewers too, from a seasonality perspective. If you have tons of students and we all go on holiday, our behavior is going to change. Those things all impact how your videos perform, and from an algorithm perspective, remember all those factors it's taking in? What do they watch? What do they not watch? Maybe I'm watching something different. Maybe in December, instead of my cooking, I need to get it together and get my dance moves right. And so maybe my actual content consumption might change as a viewer as well. There's also topic interest. That one's a good one to think about. As a country, we won the World Cup. Now imagine from a YouTube perspective, people that don't even watch weekly sports content were there. We want to see highlights, we want to see how the boys are doing, right? And that's like a topic interest that just peaks. And so little things like that all change what's happening from a viewer perspective on the platform. And then of course, competition. If I'm literally the only creator in the whole world that makes, I don't know, is ASMR when you like eating and stuff? Yeah, I love to listen to that. If I was the only one making that, imagine my views, right? For people that are into it. Then all of a sudden, everyone in the room also starts making it. Okay, now there's variety. Now it's not just Twala that's eating pub in the corner. Now you've got someone who eats different types of food that you might be more interested in listening to. And so competition also plays a big factor in that. Thankfully, we'll be having some panels later on where you'll be able to see how people are in different niches. People like to say, oh, it's saturated, or there's too many of this. But you can always find your way if you learn to understand what are the other people doing? How can I do it my way? And how can I do it authentically? That's a conversation to have with the creators that'll be on stage. Another thing that can support you, of course, is getting curious, trying to understand your audience. These are things that are available to you from an insights perspective. Just out of show of interest, who here actually looks at their YouTube studio and looks at the data? Oh, nice, okay. Anybody here that's intimidated by looking at the data, the numbers, and the vibes? I get you, I feel you. Okay. It can be a lot. Because on the one hand, we're trying to give you as much information as possible, right? We want to make sure you have what you need to make these decisions, but at the same time, it's like, okay, here's the information, what is it useful for? So here's some quick examples, right? So you can see here in the middle, this purple graph, I'm sure you've seen this one, as soon as you're on studio, it's on the first tab. This purple graph here is indicating to you what time of day the people that watch your channel are physically, literally on YouTube. And so, on the one hand, and I get this a lot, people say, okay, Twala, does that mean I must release my video at that time? This graph is really useful if you're live streaming or if you're going to premiere, when you need your audience to be there at that time with you. For your regular uploads and that kind of stuff, you can use it as a guide, but I always think of it like a sandwich. I love to eat, you'll hear lots of food about with me. So if you think of it as a sandwich, right? If you made me a sandwich, and it was, I don't know, midnight, midnight on Monday, where I'm not online, right? I'm asleep. And you just left it there. When I wake up, I will still eat that sandwich. One thing about me is I will still eat it, right? And it's the same with your content, is that you want to see that, use it as a guide for live streams and premieres, but for your regular uploads, it's more important that you're consistent. You've said Fridays this time, you show up, the audience will then learn about that and show up that way. And even for those that come on later, much like my sandwich that you would have left for me, they'll still eat it, they'll still consume it when the time comes that they are in fact online. So quick recap, if you remember nothing else today, the algorithm follows the audience. That is the biggest thing. If you want to learn about what the algorithm's doing, get curious about what the people that are in your community are up to. What are their pain points? What are they into? What are they wanting to buy now? What are they, vibing to? And then go with that. Then, of course, if you want to think of the platform, we're thinking about long-term, right? We're talking about long-term viewer satisfaction, and that's where consistency will play a big part on your part, and then always keeping that playful energy, experimenting, being curious about the audience, and expecting fluctuations because there's seasonality, there's life, there's December, and so you'll always expect a little bit of up and down. But yeah, that is it for me. The audience follows, the algorithm follows the audience, and creators that follow their audience win when it comes to the algorithm. Thank you.
We're now going to facilitate a Q&A. Twana, please be comfortable and take a seat if you
Oh,
may.
take a seat. I love this
So we're
for
going to
me.
be taking some questions. Millicent is over there. There's a hand right at the back. Please, if you have a question, please raise your hand so we can see you. There's one right here. I'll start with you. So what's your question?
Okay, hi Paula.
Hey.
So there's a perception that the YouTube algorithm doesn't like black people.
So what's the question?
So the question is that true?
Oh, that's an easy question. It's not true. Because if, like I mentioned, it follows the audience. So it really is about what is the audience interested in. If you think about, and I don't know the stats off the top of my head, but if you think about how Nollywood's performing, we did an event there in May, and how that is skyrocketing, it's right back to what's the audience interested in, what are they consuming, and not specifically the algorithm. It's not on the list of things that it takes into consideration. But thanks for asking. It's worth having the conversation.
Cool. Please introduce yourself and give us your question.
Thank you. My name is Fenta Light. Hi, Twana. So what I wanted to ask from a YouTube interest, obviously every channel, every user, every content creator wants fans and viewers for their page, right? From a YouTube interest, are you more interested in pages and channels that have loyalty, or interested in the YouTube user that goes across the YouTube community? So do you focus more on, let's say the Send Twins page has huge loyalty, that's a win for you as YouTube, or you want the kind of user that goes into Send Twins, goes into another channel, so that to be a consumer of YouTube as opposed to loyal to like a channel?
Okay, I get what you mean. So you're asking if the algorithm favors or is more keen to support pages that have tons of subscribers as opposed to focusing on users that go from channel to channel. That's a really good question. So basically, why having tons of subscribers is helpful for a creator is more around the signals that the algorithm is taking in, right? And so it's not so much that the algorithm really is focused on, do you have tons of subscribers? It's also why you can have just a few subscribers and still end up on the trendings page, because it's right back to the audience. Where it does help to have an engaged community is back to the signals, right? So imagine Send Twins, they say they've got 300,000 people watching. Part of what's available to their subscribers is the notification bell. So when they release to, their video to these 300,000 people, they get the notification, and they actually click on it and watch it and are satisfied so the actions taken by the user is more important. But you're not necessarily going to get penalized or more celebrated based on a subscriber count. It really is the content good, and do the people want to see it, and you're good to go.
And you're good to go. Hi, sir. Please introduce yourself and give us your question.
Hi, Twala. George here.
Hey, George.
I wanted to ask you, does niche matter? So if I'm a sports creator, do I get punished if maybe tomorrow I want to do politics? Or is it just down to the quality of the video that I put out according to that? Do I get punished in that sense?
No, so the only punishments in quotation marks would only be if you get like a copyright strike. Those are the type of things, but you'll always get a notification. The reason that people suggest like having a niche is more around building the audience and building the community, and then solidifying yourself as a thought leader in that space, right? So imagine as a channel, if they had all these different subject matters, if you're good at all of them, by all means go forth and your audience will find you. But from the perspective of making it easier to establish yourself as a thought leader, that's where those sort of niches come in. It's also why some creators choose to have different channels. I know the Send Twins, you've got a travel channel, you've got a separate channel for podcasts, and these different communities that you're building. So from a strategy perspective, it really depends on what you as a creator wants to do.
Okay, love it. Next one. We're going to take a few more questions. Please introduce yourself and give us your question.
Hi, I'm Chimbe. I have a question about what YouTube focuses on in terms of views. So they say that if people are watching the video for longer than, I think, 3 seconds or 10 seconds, then it's deemed as people favoring it. But in the niche that I am, which is a DIY how-to, some people are not ready to watch the video in full at the moment they click it the first time. So if they watch it for a short time and then they watch it later, YouTube will say, oh, the person was not interested. I feel like in that aspect, when you look at different niches, that is different because there's certain content that people are ready to watch immediately, like news. But if it's a how-to video, they're not ready to watch it the moment they click it. They'll watch it for a short time and then maybe come back to it later, maybe months later. So how does YouTube deal with that? Because I feel like in different niches, that could actually harm a creator.
Absolutely, really good question. And what I would say is, like, the algorithm is consistent across all formats. From a creator perspective and trying to gauge for yourself, is it working, is it not working, how do I feel about this? There's other factors. So today I spoke about our recommendation system. We also have our search and discovery system as well, right? So like from a search perspective, YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world, second only to Google, right? And so from that perspective for how-to content, I think I had a slide. Can I go back? Do I have time to quickly go back? Okay, so from here, you can see that for how-to content, when you're trying to decide, am I doing well or not well, exactly what you said. You would see your traffic source be really high over here, right, from search. And so from a search perspective, if you see that tank, then you'd be like, okay, maybe the things, the DIY stuff that I'm showing people isn't what they're looking for, and perhaps I want to change and pivot. But from the algorithm's perspective, it will still support you equally. I hope that answers your question, but that's basically what I was trying to show here, to say for how-to content, search would be your highest traffic source. For things like music and that kind of stuff, you might get a higher traffic source from playlists than you would from suggested, versus something like news or really quick to consume content, there you get it more from home. So it's a good question, and what you're seeing is not uncommon.
Fantastic. One more question from my side. Millicent, you'll wrap it up on your side as well. So please introduce yourself and give us your question.
Okay, my name is Oscar. So I've pretty much two questions rolled into one, but they all like very much linked. Pertains to YouTube Shorts. I'm pretty sure a lot of creators, their main cause for consternation when it comes to making YouTube Shorts, it's not really the monetary side, but the algorithm is a bit iffy. You tend to get like an influx of views, and then up to a certain point, it just flatlines abruptly, which is very weird. Like in the same hour, you had, let's say, 4,000 viewers in that hour, and then in the next hour, it's now 200. Next hour, 0. For the next, I don't know, 7 months, it flatlines. I've checked it out across some of my shorts from as far back as October 2020, and even up to now, that happens. And then also, I tend to notice that some of my long-form content where I clip a short from, the short itself might start gaining a lot of views from, I would say, the search more than the actual long-form video. And I'm not too sure like how that happens, whereas it's not getting a lot of views from the shorts feed, but from the search. But the main video isn't performing that well, even though it has a better looking thumbnail. The title is most probably the same. I've also tried to change it to see how it works, but once the algorithm decides that this short is going to trend on the search and it's going to flatline, nothing changes.
I see.
So yeah, that's the question.
Yeah. So 2 questions. I think for the first one that you mentioned, part of that fluctuation is the algorithm is learning from how it's performing as time is going. So the same way that you're watching, it's also taking in all these different factors. And then the other thing to keep in mind there, and I think you kind of mentioned it, is that the recommendation system or the algorithm that the shorts feed runs on is a separate and different algorithm to what your long form content would be running on. And the good thing about that is you're able to reach a different audience, you're able to have a similar topic but see different performances on both of those things, which then begs the question from lots of creators similar to yourself to say, okay, but if the one is doing better, how do I use that to make the other one do better, right? So if you, like you're saying, the clips you make from the long form, the shorts do really well, On search, exactly. But how do you then convert that to making sure the long form video of that same topic also does well? And so that was a question that we got a lot. And so recently, there is a feature that's already live where your short, if it's related to a long form video, you can now link that long form video to that short. So whether I find that short through search, whether I find it by accident on the shorts feed, I can very easily, like as a viewer, I don't have to do anything. I just have to click on it and it'll take me directly to the long form video. And then from your side, if you're really into analytics and that kind of stuff, when you're looking at your video performance and you go to your traffic sources, it will literally say there that for this video, this many views came directly from that short that you made. So it's a solid question, and based on like meetings like this, the product team has in fact done that, and it's launched and available here too. Thank you.
Cool. Hey Tools, what's your question?
Yes, it's me, Tools, if anybody doesn't know. Twala, thank you so much for having us.
Good to see you again.
Likewise. My question to you is that I read a report that YouTube is one of the leading almost streaming services globally, and obviously as a business you guys want to have people watching on their televisions and watching with long watch hours. With data being such a hindrance here in South Africa, what is YouTube's strategy in enriching and making sure that our viewers are able to watch content for longer?
Great question, great question. And I will say it is something that our team is very aware of, and I know that multiple teams are trying to find different ways. What is currently available here, and you'll see, I experience it every time I cover, is you are able, with the data issues in mind, is that you're able to, if you are in a Wi-Fi area, download any content that you might want to watch later. And that's a feature that, although is here and has been here for years, is not available everywhere else. And so for now, that is something that's available. And from a creator perspective, if your audience does that, like if you've got an audience that's maybe students or at work or whatever, they can download that content, watch it later. When they're back online, all of that analytics and all of that video performance still counts in your favor, and it will update, and you'll be able to see that, okay, if 10,000 people downloaded it, watched it while they were offline, that would still count towards you in that way. And so it is something that we're aware of and are working on from a product perspective, and many other teams as well are looking at ways that we can better support that.
Drops mic. Please give it up for Twala! Introduce the first person coming up on stage. Oh yes, innocent. It is Tevin Mosara, well known as the superhero in training, is a celebrated multi-award-winning actor, playwright, entrepreneur, and a content creator with an impressive 22 million followers. I do indeed. Known affectionately by her nickname, Coffee No Milk, which came dark skin. Clarissa is a multifaceted individual whose journey began with a genuine desire to uplift others. Her YouTube channel, boasting over 160,000 subscribers, has become a safe haven for young women seeking community, guidance, and personal growth. YouTube Black Voices Class of 2023 recipient, Future Insiders, please welcome Clarissa.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. It's so good to see you all. As the Saint Twin said, my name is Homotso. Some of you do know me as Motso. And I am your community partner manager.
But then I remember YouTube sent Nasizwe and Kani to America, and I'm like, you do that? Sign me up! And I don't know how we got to started with a broken iPhone 6 in a dream, and now we're here. Like, you can live with so many connections, and I lived with so many mutuals from like Kenya, Nigeria, Canada, America, UK.
And even tapping into podcasts, there's very successful podcasts that are massively endorsed by different brands, even in our South African context as it is. I would say that if you're in digital, you're in the right space. If you're in YouTube, you're at the beginning of something. If you're in podcasting, you're at the beginning of something. If you're on the short form stuff, you're kind of like at the beginning to mid of something. but I think consumers, they do trust creators, whether that's in 1 minute or in 20 minutes, that trust is there.
Yeah. And I think also,
I just want to chime in there, and I once was in your position where I'm like, no, we're the brands on YouTube, especially locally, but then one thing that's a fact is numbers don't lie. So I have industry peers who have literally declined a brief and said, I'm not going to do what you're making 10 other influencers do. I have these vlogs that are doing amazing. I have this podcast that's doing amazing. Let me show you the numbers. Let me show you the comments of people saying, oh, this is now sold out because you bought it. And please come and sponsor my long form content. And I feel like once you challenge a brand or you challenge him and be like, no, but my numbers are here. And then he can kind of push your case with clients, and you actually have your content being sponsored by a brand, whereas everybody else is doing, let's say, the same brief. That's nice.
And I think just to wrap it up, it's almost like there's like there's an opportunity for education, whether it's with like the brands and even yourselves as creators, because it's very easy to maybe look around near you and say, oh, but this is not happening. Whereas when we talk to creators like globally, they have different experiences, but we will say that definitely with YouTube and bringing in brands into the fold, this is something that the company is looking at. The brand is focused on in terms of how do we better bring creators and brands together.
We ask for changes on stuff, so they fully come to the party. Is there a universe where we should be collaborating with more individuals? Absolutely. Do I believe that it's organic? The whole point of this whole thing is that it's a journey. So I think that there's going to be a large upswing in terms of the revenue that comes out of YouTube brand partnerships for longer form content.
You got me doing things I never thought I'd do. Just
started on shorts, and we got a lot of creators to start on shorts, which is like really exciting. But now we are actually looking at expanding and bringing in more YouTube formats. But if you're sitting here today and you're like, oh, I want to be a part of those creators, right? And you're wondering, like, what do I need to do? All you have to do is just start creating. And if you are already creating, you just need to be consistent, because if you show consistency, your channel will obviously start to reap the rewards of that. And then guess what? Our team will pick you up, and we will reach out to you, and we will invite you to our community. And then you can have, we've got some success stories here that one day we'll tell. You will also be one of those stories. I'm really excited to talk about how to win across all formats. And basically, we're going to be looking at shorts, long form, as well as live. I would say like 99% of the room is already creating. But the algorithm takes more risks when it comes to shorts, right? And what you will find is that shorts are a really great format for you to grow your views and then also grow your subscribers. So what usually happens is that you obviously post a short, and the algorithm will push it out, and people who are subscribed to your channel, people who are not subscribed to your channel are going to come across this content. And what they will do is they will engage with it. If they really like the content, they will watch. YouTube channel is your business, right? And when you look at how businesses work, Their strategy is basically at the core of what they do, and they're always revisiting it.
Business creativity. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, we had lots of questions early on about how people are making money, how to build your businesses. And while I know lots about YouTube, I don't know about the other side, and we have two phenomenal guests that know a lot more than I do on that.
Oh my goodness, and Millicent is ready to help us with the introduction. Millicent, who is joining Twala on stage?
Kay Yarms, darling.
Well known as Kay Yarms.
Kay Yarms, darling.
Collaborated with prestigious international brands, and she's also part of the Forbes Africa 30 Under 30. In the beauty world, future insiders, help us welcome Kay Yarms. Who else is joining us on stage? Hailing from Durban, nice to see. Posting over 1 billion streams across platforms with hits like Smart and No More. Nice to see his accolades include several South African Music Awards and BET Hip
I'd love to find out more about the person behind the brands we see today. So maybe we'll give it like 60 seconds to just introduce yourselves. We can talk about, life when you were younger, where you're from, and how you got here. Kay Yarms, you want to get us started?
Yes, hi guys, my name is Kay Yarms.
Darling.
I'm created as
Kay Yarms, darling.
So much love. I'm a little bit nervous, but yeah, I'm just a girl, man. I'm just a girl from Durban as well, and I'm a YouTuber. I'm an influencer. I started off as a makeup artist, actually. Yeah, and I guess from there, people wanted to see how am I achieving these looks, and they wanted to learn, and so I then started my channel to kind of create that environment to teach people, So yeah, it's crazy. That was like so many years ago, but it's been such a great journey, and yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Aww.
Incredible story. I think it's interesting to always hear about beginnings, because sometimes when you start, you have no idea where you're going to end up. Nasty C, what's it been like for you? How did you get here?
So my name is Nasty C.
Hi, Nasty.
I'm a rapper. I'm a musician, all-around musician, producer, songwriter, all that stuff. I started making music when I was like 9 years old, inspired by T.I., which is crazy because there was like a full circle moment somewhere, like over a decade after that.
You guys collaborated, didn't you?
Yeah.
Which is huge, yeah.
Yeah, but just a kid.
No, I think like I had moments. Like I did say I wanted to be on the Forbes list, like it was 25 under 25 at that time, but I had no idea like for what reason, And even when I was doing makeup, like I'd say things like, if I'm gonna do anything, I want to be the best at it. Like I never wanted to ever like compromise, and I don't compromise when it comes to like anything that I do. Like even if I'm plating a plate of food, I'm like, it's gotta be the best, So I think I didn't know, and I always say like I did not sign up for the fame. Like I'm very shy. I'm very like to myself. Like I wouldn't say I'm an introvert, but I am very like I spend most of my time alone. But it comes with it, and I think with time as well, you kind of you get used to it. But also my subscribers love me, and I love meeting them, so it makes it like a lot more comfortable.
That makes sense. It's interesting how you're saying like there's a standard you expect for yourself, and like within that is where the reflection happens. I'd love to hear, because this is actually something that came out when you were RSVPing and we were asking, what do you want to hear about, what do you want to learn? Quite a few people were asking about the personal brand side of things, right? Both industries you're in, someone can easily say, oh, you're not the first one to do that, but somehow you've shown up in a different way. Was that deliberate? Are there tips you have for creating a personal brand that's special, but also authentic and true to who you are?
What I always tell like younger artists that ask me a question similar to that is just to always show all the sides of you that you're comfortable showing, obviously. But like, don't be afraid to put your full self into what you do. So what I mean by that is, don't just be a rapper. There's too many good rappers for you to stand out. So if you like skating, add a little bit of that element in there. If you like drawing, I like drawing. So I draw, it's all over my skin. I have like an animation series coming up, stuff.
You know, so it is a bit of a process, but I feel like for me there was one particular like life-changing event that I did, which was a makeup challenge during COVID. It was 21 Weeks for Kay, I think was it, and so many people participated in it, and like, you know, at that time, like, nothing was really happening and no one was really doing anything, and it allowed then people to kind of like focus on the content that I was putting out, and I was consistently putting out content every day. And even though it was like extensive, but I guess what I'm trying to say is it just takes like one big moment for me, or rather it took that moment, and from there I kind of just like never dropped the ball. I was just kind of like on it, because I just knew that like, wow, if this is happening right now, then what more is there in store for me? So yeah, it's a process though, but it's definitely achievable.
Makes sense, and I think it speaks a lot to that idea of like how long it takes to become an overnight success, and like all the hours that go into it. We're going to move on to audience questions pretty soon, but I did want to just ask you, because your name came up earlier, different panel. It was also related to brand deals, and we had someone from agency that was talking about what the experience is like working with you, and that there's value add to it. That was like, it sounded like it was positive, right? Because it was an espresso brand. And so, do you have any tips, or at least if you're a brand or agency, what are they getting when they get you from a business perspective, whether it's a communication perspective or an actual content perspective? Because it sounded like you were doing something different.
Sure. I think the main thing that I do is I only work with brands that I like, I'm very passionate about, and I think, you know, you can't lie to people about like liking something. You know, if you don't like something, then it's gonna show. You know, brands can see it when you go the extra mile, and brands can see it when you're passionate about what you're ideally selling, because you can't fake that. You know, communicate with the brands and let them know your ideas as well. Let them know that you care about the objectives being met, and I think that's a very important thing for me. I don't work with any brand unless they sit down with me and they tell me why I'm on the campaign. Like, I know I've got the numbers, but what am I adding? You know, like, what's missing? I don't want to just be like a big influencer. No, I want to know that, okay, cool, this is the objective. This is what I'm going to do to meet that, you know, and I think that's contributed a lot to my success.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for coming. Thank you to the entire YouTube team. Thank you, YouTube!
So Lucilla, how do you feel?
It is after 8 and I literally just got home. I am YouTube Future Insider, that's where I'm coming from, and I received this bag. It says YouTube Black, and inside it there is a cup that also says YouTube Black. I had the most wonderful time. I know it sounds cliche because it's Christmas, but I literally had so much fun. I learned so much, and I feel like there's a lot that I still need to learn, and that there's still a lot that needs to be done for South African creators or African creators. There's still a lot that still needs to be done. We still have a long way to go, but I think we are heading in the right direction. And I saw so many creators, like big creators, and I think that, well, I know the cherry on top for me was meeting Kay Yarms, darling. So I finally got the chance to meet Kay Yarms, and I think today I realized how much I actually look up and draw so much inspiration from Kay Yarms, from a work ethic, and just how pause she is. Like, it is amazing for a young woman, a creator and an entrepreneur. It's just beautiful. And yeah, I think today I know for sure that I really love, and I am informed of Kay Yarms so much. So it's crazy how I celebrate everything with tears, and it's also crazy how I express all my emotions with tears. Basically, if I'm happy, I will cry. If I'm sad, I will cry. So it was just so crazy, but I just had such a beautiful moment. If you guys remember, I did win a competition that Kay Yarms did, I think in 2020, if not 2021, with Elizabeth Arden. And yeah, to finally meet her was amazing. I saw her, I think I saw her at Clips Beauty Playground, but I think she was by the escalators leaving or something. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I finally met Kay Yarms, and child, you have seen. And yeah, to sum it all up, this day I spent the day with YouTube Future Insiders. It was amazing. I've learned so much. I saw Utwala. I haven't seen Utwala in such a long time. I think I met Utwala while she was still working for KFM in Cape Town. I was staying in Hermanus at the time. So yeah, I've met her also in Cape Town, and I think this is my third time meeting Utwala. Like, I've been following her since her days at KFM. So it was so amazing to see her, but she was so busy with you, and I just didn't want to bother her too much, because there were so many people that wanted to talk to her, give her feedback about the event that she had today, or YouTube had today. So now I just wanted to say hi, how are you, stuff like that. But it was amazing to see her again. And yeah, man, I am so grateful that I got this opportunity, and I get to be in rooms and spaces where such creators like Abo Kay Yarms, Abo Coffee No Milk, like Abo Tato, and Mr. Haumanchi, Abo Zenati. Like, it is crazy because I see all these people only on my small phone screen or on my TV, but to literally see them and like how good they have done in their YouTube space, inspiring. I don't know why I'm stuttering, but yeah, I am so grateful I got this opportunity to attend YouTube Lag and be part of such an incredible experience. Like I said, there's still a lot that needs to be done. We still have a long way, especially as Black creators. There's still so much, I feel so much that needs to be done. I am hungry. I did nibble something at the YouTube Black, so I'm gonna start, I think, my fasting again tomorrow. So yeah, that is my day with YouTube Future Insiders. Yeah, like I said, it was amazing, and the cherry on top was seeing Kay Yarms, darling. I will not mention this, but Uzinati, oh man, she looked stunning. She was beautiful, like she was drop dead gorgeous. She did not look like a wife. I mean, what is a wife supposed to look like? But she you know, she looks stunning. She looks stunning. And yeah, when she DM me and she's like, where are you sitting? I'm like, oh, she is here. But yeah, guys, I will close this vlog here. I'm not even sure if I started this vlog actually, but I just want to say thank you so much for watching until this far. I really do appreciate all the love and the support that you guys show me. Honestly, you guys keep me going. The past 5 years, you guys have been what I draw most of my inspiration from, besides from God and other creators like Kay Yarms. But you guys have kept me poised, you know, and have kept me going. So for that, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much. So I will see you in my next video.